Hey guys, what's up? Green Machine Sam back with another video, and today we have episode 5, season 5 of Chicago Bears Rebuild on Madden 21, season number 5, fantasy rebuild, 5 years. This is the 5th year. We decided to do a 5th year even after winning the Super Bowl in season 4. Last year was an amazing season. We had an amazing team. I think one of the best teams ever, of course. But then again, are people playing up because of the good players surrounding each other? Are they making each other look better? Or are they actually very good players? Now, something you'll see on this roster as we're going through the depth chart is people like Taylor Gabriel and Darnell Mooney. These are guys that were on the team previously, whether it was season 1 or even not even on one of the seasons, like Taylor Gabriel. We're bringing them in. We're going to try to get them a Super Bowl and hopefully win them and get them some of that jewelry. So we have people like Dan Feeney coming back and Taylor Gabriel, Darnell Mooney. We have Danny Trevathan coming back as well. We have Crayvon LeBlanc. We have Bryce Callahan and Kendall Vildor. We did end up trading for Vildor out of the Chiefs for a 5th, 6th, and a 7th of next year. Just one of them. He was a backup, so I don't think the Chiefs are going to miss him too much. So we do end up moving Hayden around, letting him play a little bit more behind some people. Just trying to get him some more reps and stuff. I was thinking about turning this into my 50-year rebuild, but hey, that's just not going to happen. You guys will see why if the contract talks are still in here or if we do go look into the contracts real quick. We ended up losing, I think it goes, Zach Martin, Khalil Mack, Dorian Gordon, Isaiah Simmons, Jalen Johnson, the center Garfield, and then somebody else as well, I think. So we ended up losing quite a bit of pieces. We did lose Jared James, did lose Van Noy, lost a couple other people, and of course the people that we had just brought in previously on those one-year deals to come in and play those backup roles for us. So this should be coming out hopefully before the 10th of September. Today is the 1st, so I actually gotta go through and edit a bunch of stuff. So I will be doing more rebuilds soon as well. I'm gonna basically have them on back store and back lot. Probably not too far in advance because then, you know, trades and stuff. I do need to go in and update the roster, so that's something I'm gonna do very soon. Probably after I'm done recording. If you hear my dog snooze, sorry. Downstairs had a cricket, and this is my second time recording this. I was like 13 minutes of the way through, didn't save any of the clips, and yeah, had to go back and redo it, so that kind of sucks. Team's basically getting set up the same as last year. Nothing has really changed besides backups. And I'm not talking just backups. I'm talking about like far down the depth chart backups, like 4th tight end, 5th and 6th wide receiver, 5th and 6th, 4th and 5th corner, stuff like that. So it's not too big of a deal, but hey, this is ultimately probably the best team that I've ever assembled. It's an amazing team. Outside of the two, Todd Gurley on a $550K contract, OJ Howard, nobody else, Kyle Van Noy, Chibodi Awuzie, Levi Wallace, and Xavier Woods. There's not a whole ton of people on the team that are on 550K contracts besides like those super far down depth guys. But still, like, this is one of those rebuilds that you can't get mad at me for cheesing the system. And, you know, you can't get mad at me for cheesing the system anyway. Like, Madden put it in place. I'm going to use it. I don't know if you guys saw the other day. It's only like a couple days old at this point. Madden got a .4 rating out of 100. I think was on a review site. Hashtags were trending again for like fixing Madden. Like it was like NFL drop EA, NFL drops EA, you know, stuff like that. And I'm just like, I wish it would get something done, but they're gonna look at the numbers and see how many sales, and it's just not gonna happen. So it sucks. We're gonna have to keep living through this hellhole. You know, it being probably one of the worst sports games out there. And look, you can sit here and say 2K is worse. You can sit here and say MLB is worse. I play both. Okay, I play both. I completely understand. Now look, I think 2K's park, like that type of game mode, is probably the worst. I think MLB has probably the best content, even though their game doesn't play all that well. But even the MLB community admits, like, yeah, we've seen some of the shit that goes on in other communities, and we're just like, holy shit, we shouldn't complain as much. But then they still complain because, you know, they want their game to be better. I did go through the stats on my first recording. We ended up having over 2,500 yards of rush yards. That's not even including Samuels and down. From our top, what is that, 4 guys there, and we had 33 touchdowns. No. Yeah, 33 touchdowns, so that's insane. Like, that might be one of the greatest rushing teams ever assembled, and that's just getting started. We still got past stuff to come through. As you'll see, Devontae Adams and Hopkins put up over 2,400 yards, 169 catches, and 23 touchdowns combined. Travis Kelce had 800 yards. Like, what an insane team. And his sacks go back up again, which is fucking ridiculous, but whatever. Simmons, Waters, and Roquan lead the way with tackles. Awuzie still getting it done. Awesome pickup there. Glad we got him for 550K. Because normally when you'll see like a rebuild for me, I'll have like a wide receiver on 550K that's starting. A running back, one of the top 2 running backs on the team for 550K starting. A lineman, a linebacker, and a defensive back. So having those guys on 550K contracts, the guys that we do have, and them not starting really, besides the Awuzie, I think, that's insane. As one of my dogs decided to shake out. Another reason why I'm upstairs in my living room is because, well, there's 2 crickets downstairs. So I wish my cats would do something about them. There's 2 crickets downstairs near the basement, or in the basement, so that's fun. That's real fun. We had tons of picks, tons of sacks. Well, not a ton of sacks. That's one thing that I haven't figured out, is that if you don't run a 3-4, you don't get sacks. You seriously don't get sacks. But 3-4s are so hard to put together because you need versatile outside linebackers. You need defensive tackles that are good run stoppers but are good, you know, pass rushers. You need a nose tackle that is strictly run stop. You need, you know, just this, that, and the other. And I think 4-3s are a little bit easier to put together because if you have a in-the-box strong safety that you're not really using, you can use them as a linebacker. You got your middle linebacker that you always have to have, and then you have your other middle linebacker that you kind of wanted to start, but not really. We do win MVP, Coach of the Year, Offensive Player of the Year. I don't know if we win Defensive Player of the Year. Saquon at 4 for Offensive Player of the Year. Roquan at 2 for Defensive Player of the Year. Of course, record is going to affect it a little bit, but I don't think it affects it too much in a way that, you know, it's going to force him to win or not. Mabry has been an excellent quarterback, and that was another reason why I kind of wanted to continue this and make this into a 50-year. And see, that's another thing you have to do. I don't think you can do a rebuild that's all that great with a QB that's under contract. That's under a second-year contract, thing contract. I just don't think you can, because then you're going to have to make sacrifices at positions like offensive line, like defensive line, and probably like at linebacker. I just don't think you can do that unless you have a bunch of guys that develop from rookies at those positions. I think you have to have a QB on a rookie deal. Now, granted, you can sit here and say, well, Tom Brady wasn't. Yes, but the Pats were a different story. Brady was only taking $20 million a year. Their wide receivers, they just found those guys off the fucking street, it felt like. Some of those guys that they found off the street just came out of nowhere. Malcolm Butler, one of those guys that just came out of nowhere. J.C. Jackson. Edelman was a 7th-round pick. Amendola had been, cut twice? Wes Welker wasn't really going to make a team. Like, a lot of those guys just weren't going to make teams, and they're an extremely well-run organization, and they are extremely good at drafting, but you have to admit, they find guys out of nowhere. And if the Pats cut them, they're more than likely not a good player or not a good locker room presence. Now, Trayvon LeBlanc is a little bit of a difference or so, but, you know, taking on the Bucs here, you're going to see some gameplay from us. You can see a couple touchdowns and stuff. We were down at 10 at this point, so I decided to hop in my rule is 9 points or more, so it's basically a touchdown or more. Anything above 8 points, basically. We were only down 6 here, but I was just like, fuck it. They gave me the option on 4th and 3. Because Devontae Adams is wide open. Whoop. I think I see why that they were going, that we were winning games. We're winning games. Yeah, and we're also on the quest for 19-0 this season because of the fact that, you know, we have, you know, we have like 2 minutes left to make a drive. I think we're at minute 59 exactly. And so when we got down to the goal line, I just smoked the ball. Now it's 30-31. The Bucs are about to kick this field goal. And I'm just getting bored. I called it timeout. I tried to do everything. He misses wide right. We would have lost this game. We would have lost in the divisional round. If he knows it. If he wasn't. And we're going off by like 2 yards. So. That's insane. Because he would have made it in the bottom corner, one ball off, of course it was going to sing. And boom, we go back to the NFC Conference Championship. Still so weird to see good win at 14. Cam Newton was actually their quarterback. Cam got a sack when we played a 1 drive of defense as well as Fletcher Cox did. And of course, these are 50-50 sliders, so we are going to get our ass beat a couple times. Every now and then, we're going to get our ass beat on plays. So, don't expect me to make all the perfect plays if I do end up playing at all, if any. So, okay, I just wanted to save some of the clips that I had so that, you know, I didn't have to redo this again, as we do end up taking on the Titans in the Super Bowl. I don't think they've that created a record. So 37-37, here we go. Mabry dropping back to pass, finding Hopkins. This is what great wide receivers do. They just allow you to be able to find these 50-50 sliders and they catch it. I think if that's anybody below like 90, so Allen Robinson or below, I don't think that's a catch 10 times out of 10. Okay, it's a well-placed ball. Playing Brian Poole outside, so. What the fuck are you guys doing? Stop. You badasses. They do score, so overtime, here we come. I thought I had to leave this clip, but whatever. I don't really want to end the game anymore. I was just going to say overtime. We are wearing the all whites, basically. My version is the all white. We have the old school helmet with no orange on it. We're wearing the white socks. We're wearing white, basically everything. I don't know why I called a timeout here. I think, oh yeah, I was trying to go to Super Sim. And I called a timeout. I'm like, no, not that. God damn it. I'm like, hopefully that doesn't bite me in the ass. With this, it said score in the red zone. We ended up picking up first down. And we gave Saquon the ball a couple times. And he couldn't get it done at Fournette's hand. And he got it done, so we ended up winning 50-44 here in overtime in the Super Bowl. Highest scoring Super Bowl, I think. I'm not 100% sure. And I think what would it have been, like the 3rd Super Bowl ever to go to overtime? So the 3rd Super Bowl ever to go to overtime. At least I know of. So, yeah. John Gruden, you can go fuck off. The QB that we were playing up against with the QB that I was actually thinking about drafting and replacing Mabry with after his first year. Mitchell Trubisky wins his 2nd Super Bowl. Kind of weird. Will Mack wins his 2nd. All these guys win probably about their 2nd Super Bowl. I don't think there's anybody that we brought in that wouldn't have won their 2nd Super Bowl. So, well, anybody besides the people we brought in that wouldn't have won their 2nd Super Bowl. So, Khalil Mack strikes once again, defeating his, not really former coach, but former dude that traded him away. So, but like I was saying, I was looking at that QB that they had. I was looking at him to bring him over Mabry and stuff like that. Just overall, this was a very good team. When we lost so many pieces in the next year, I tried to go in free agency and see what I could do. There wasn't a whole ton to salvage. I didn't have enough money to really sign anybody. What money I did have, I tried signing people, and they either rejected or something else like that. But with that being said, guys, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, all that fun stuff, turn on post notifications. I appreciate your guys' support recently. Again, look for roster updates, all that fun stuff, more rebuilds, more franchise, more stuff like this. I'll see you guys in the next video. I'm out. Peace.